Globally, quick and slow onset disasters are increasing in number and in intensity. Disasters overwhelm the capacity of individuals and organizations to mitigate, prepare, respond, and recover from impact. Unfortunately, many small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, especially in developing countries, are extremely vulnerable to disasters as a result of a predominant focus towards short-term business survival.
So my name is Wangeshi Murioki. I am the country director of Invest in Africa, Kenya. Invest in Africa conducted a study in 2019 on SMEs to understand the level of prioritization of risk management in these businesses that form a very important constituent of our economy. And the study findings revealed quite a number of resilience concerns, but what was more appalling was the level of preparedness, the lack of business continuity plans, lack of understanding on succession planning, among other areas that would point to the levels of understanding on risk management. And this just went on to reveal that most SMEs in Kenya and in Africa do not really understand risk management.
So my name is Mudhoni Njogu, and I'm a social entrepreneur with a passion for empowering the youth, the community, and SMEs. The period following the COVID-19 pandemic saw a rise in discussions and actions around building back better. Building back better is really demonstrating the importance of early warning systems in preparedness. Early warning is a critical element of disaster risk reduction, and to be effective, it must be inclusive to ensure a constant state of preparedness, facilitate public education, and dissemination of messages and warnings. Building back better is also about assessing the operational and human capacities, identifying who does what where in the public and in the private sector. And it is really about formulating risk-informed emergency response, contingency, and business continuity plans. And for example, we have an emphasis on addressing health risks because of COVID-19. However, business continuity plans should seek to address environmental, technological, biological hazards and risks. And all this, there has to be some capacity building around communicating, educating, and training all stakeholders. Building back better should also trigger planning for external assistance. And in our particular case, planning at the ward level, at the county level, at the national level, and even move on to the regional and international level. It also means preparing to make funding and alternate relief arrangements. For example, we saw the release of the stimulus packages. Building back better calls for engagement with science, universities, and learning institutions to manage knowledge and promote public awareness on issues of disaster risk preparedness.
My name is Dr. Joki Mwarumba, and I come to you as a faculty member both at the Strathmore Business School. I also do have a position at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, and the field in which I have studied and the field in which I do research and teach is the field of disaster management. And I am happy to be here in my capacity as someone who is involved in academia to really reiterate that there is a place for academia when it comes to building risk resilience amongst SMEs. The reason being that academia does have a way in which it's able to help and decipher and understand and come together around the reality that disasters are not entirely unprecedented or unexpected realities, right? But when you look at the study of disasters, what we understand is that there's actually a history in which we see communities, businesses, large organizations at micro, meso, macro level being able, right, to actually understand the reality of disasters, prepare, plan, mitigate for disasters, and actually respond and recover. So when it comes to being in the field, working in disaster management, understanding what academia has to offer, we are able to distill this information, distill the learning practices, look at the different policies, and understand how all these systems work together to make it conducive for a business to be able to be robust, right, and able to withstand the different shock absorbers. So that is an encapsulation of what the field of disaster management is all about.
It is imperative that targeted efforts to distinguish disasters from emergencies and to promote disaster awareness within the SME sectors is made. Additionally, and equally important, is the need to provide roadmaps, opportunities, and initiatives by the public and private sector actors to enhance SME preparedness to disaster risks.
Building Back Better calls for strong partnership with development actors and the public sectors to source for financing towards risk-informed investments, really identifying sustainable risk transfer solutions. And we all live in a risk society. It's not a matter of if a disaster will strike, but more of when. So resilience building and building back better requires that all of society approach.
So Invest in Africa is undertaking a number of ongoing initiatives to enhance the resilience of small and medium enterprises, because SMEs are the focus of Invest in Africa. So first of all, last year in 2020, we did launch a survival toolkit that consists of information and guides that SMEs can make quick reference to in how to guides. This toolkit has been launched to over 6,000 SMEs across Africa. Secondly is that we did launch an SME Recovery and Resilience Program in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation. The program covers 4 components. One is a series of masterclasses by experts who we partner with to train and provide the SMEs that are on our network or on our platform with key information on how they can manage the immediate impacts of COVID-19. The other component is a peer mentorship sessions where SMEs are connected to successful business leaders who provide them with tips and mentor them on a structured basis. The program also has a follow-up coaching program which entails more close support and hand-holding by internationally trained and certified coaches. And then the 4th component is the Investor Readiness Program, which is geared towards supporting the SMEs in becoming business ready or bank ready or investor ready. Second initiative of Invest in Africa towards supporting SMEs with resilience is that we have launched and a dialogue series that addresses or focuses on disaster risk resilience. The dialogue series is themed alongside the 3 priority action areas of the Sendai framework, which include understanding disasters and risks, investing in disaster and risk, and enhancing disaster preparedness for effective response in recovery, and building back better, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. So in organizing this dialogue series, we have brought together stakeholders, convening stakeholders on a round table together with SMEs to create awareness and start raising risk literacy in order to help SMEs in focusing away from disaster management focus of response to management, to mitigation, to thinking about how this can be a strategy or a process that is embedded in their business practice in order to minimize disasters.